One of the most remarkable, illegal, shocking robberies in the history, in plain sight. In plain sight, no closed door meetings, nothing behind, just right in your face, putting a gun in your mouth and saying, give us all your money. That is what Robinhood, crooks, jail, the Citadel, Ken Griffin, jail, Steve Cohen, the Mets owner, jail, are doing.
They're saying it's a prank and that like Reddit is just doing it for like laughs.
It's kind of financial terrorism.
It's not financial terrorism.
Because
this is how the fucking market works. They're just mad because this is the first time they're getting an unlubed dildo up their ass.
Am I going to feel bad for the smartest and most sophisticated players making derivative products for themselves that didn't turn out like the way they wanted them to? You had $70 billion basically go from hedge funds to schmucks that follow a Reddit.
They literally outplayed them in their own game.
$70 billion. A billion with a B.
I mean, you have hedge fund managers crying on CNBC. This will end badly. For who? By the way, it's been ending badly for the American people every day for the last fucking 40 years.
What was it really? It was just regular investors getting together and deciding they were going to buy a stock. They bet on a company that a whole bunch of rich people were betting against, and they won.
WallStreetBets has turned into like the last bastion of unpoliced wild action. This isn't investing.com. This isn't Investopedia. This is where people are literally going on and posting ridiculous casino plays.
I've been following them for around about a year. They are they are phenomenal.
Unless you're posting your options plays, I don't give a fuck about your Pfizer stock. It's show me your gains, post them, and then lose or fail.
If you want to go back and look at the best stuff, YouTube search dankest trades of Wall Street Bets, and they did a quarterly roundup of like the most mad shit.
What's interesting is that this week they've really taken control of GameStop and are the little guys, fighting Goliath right now. And they've got a chance to sink some really, really big shorts.
Most people, they buy stocks that they think are going to go up because the company's going to grow. But there's another way to play the stock market, which is to what we call short a stock, which is basically it's a bet that the price is going to go down.
It's a way that you can make some money, but it's also very dangerous. And this is why most average people don't get into shorting. If a stock is at $10 a share, you borrow that from somebody and you sell it. So if it goes down to $5 a share, you buy it back for $5 a share, you pocket the $5.
And the more the stock falls, the more profitable it is for you. So you're selling now and buying later. It's a reversal of the normal market technique.
They noticed that what was going on with GameStop stock was that a lot of hedge funds had taken big short positions, meaning very large bets in the billions of the chance of that stock going down. And so they all said, hey.
I mean, the upside on this, what were they shorting it at $4 a share? So that like you kind of have a maximum gain of what? 3.99 a share and an upside loss of potentially $250 a share.
Well, so, right. I mean, and going forward in the future, it's really almost infinite.
Point is this: shorting is the riskiest thing you can do in any equity because your limit on your losses are infinite. If that stock you buy it at $20 and you're trying to short it, and it goes all the way up to 1,000, you have to pay for it.
One of the reasons why hedge funds use this tactic, whereas regular people don't tend to, is that you're kind of incapable of covering the potential loss of it all. So the hedge funds...
Oh, I just want to make that clear to people. So there's a big asymmetry because the floor is the stock goes to effectively $0.
Yes.
But there's no ceiling. The ceiling is in the sky. So, so there's a big asymmetry there.
But when the hedge funds get together and they all short a company, usually they can manipulate the market enough to get the results that they wanted.
You take a couple hedge funds, boys, and they go out for happy hour and get a little shitty and talk about, hey, let's have a nice big short tomorrow. This is a stock you could see down 15, 20 points over the course of a week.
Because then it seems like an organic wave. If enough people, they call them whales, I believe, if enough people are forcing a market to move in a certain direction, that price is an indicator of something. And me as a random person, if I'm not aware that they're all doing this, it'll be like, okay, this stock is going down. That'll encourage me to sell. And the more people sell, that drives the price down. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because they can make the market.
This is a stock that likes to move. This stock moves up, it moves down, it moves sideways. It's a volatile stock, man. And this is the kind of stock you could see this bad boy down 10, 15, 20 points over the course of a week easily.
Howie, let me ask you a question because you have more personal direct experience, as being a former broker. The short interest is, I think it's 145% now. If the short interest is over 100%, does that mean somebody is borrowing somebody's already shorted own stock? How can...
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's 145
on top.
Absolutely.
Okay. So here's my problem with your thesis. These guys go out and get drunk and they say, we're going to short the fucking shit out of this. The juice on those available shares to short is going to go through the roof because they're hard to find.
I think they were the most shorted company by like hedge funds. And then the people on Reddit got wind of this.
GameStop is the highest shorted stock in the entire stock market right now. At one point, it had 165% short interest. It's dipped down to 145.
So they shorted 140% of the stock. So it was a huge amount. It was more than all. So
I know it was more than 100%. I didn't know the 140% number.
So that's why even a small amount is going to screw people enormously.
Exactly.
Now I see what you're doing. This is not a meme anymore. There's actual fundamentals behind the reason that you are doing this.
Right now, an astounding 144% of GameStop shares have been sold short. Oh, that's far more than there is. That's not right. Shares can't be borrowed. When you can't find shares to borrow, your broker will close out your short position, which is how something like GameStop could tack on 27% today.
And for every short, you got to remember, for every transaction, there's two sides to the transaction. For the guy that sells the short, the guy that's buying it says it's going up. So as long as that volume is available on the other side for people to buy these shares on dips, I think it's a war of attrition.
Because so many hedge funds had shorted the stock, they were obligated to buy it back at the market price.
Oh boy, that makes them short sellers easy pickings.
You're looking at this shit on Reddit.
Yep.
And now take a deep breath and think, how many of these guys on there? Like, I could go on there tomorrow and be like, hey guys, I just picked up 2.5 million shares to put in my head. How many of these guys are full of shit? How many are being honest?
I can answer that because there's a post or ban policy on Reddit. So if you take a position and you don't post a screenshot, it's get the fuck off. But people know each other there, and there's some they call themselves autists, which means like you're the best trader of all time. You're like Rain Man, you're autistic. So if you kick ass on WallStreetBets, you're a fucking autist. So the point is there's massive amounts of legitimate positions being posted. Oh, YOLO. We should discuss what YOLO means.
I know what YOLO means, but
right. So it's a subcategory on WallStreetBets, which is YOLO. And that means you only live once, you're going all in on one stock, you post your position, and then you either turn it into game porn or loss porn. And then you post your porn, and if it's fucking through the roof, people are giving you online trinkets and crown hats that have no intrinsic value, but you got bragging rights.